a sister and a cousin. Only started with a little kiss like this.
Good morning, Panthers. Time to cheer. The weekend is here. Woo! It's also the last day of the quarter, which means on Monday, 75% of the school year is over with. Today's weather will be sunny and 55 degrees. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today's fact of the day has to do with facts. How many facts do you think your brain can hold? If it were a hard drive, how much space would you have in the hard drive? In your brain, neurons combine so that each one helps with many memories at a time, exponentially increasing the brain's memory storage capacity to around 2.5 petabytes or million gigabytes. Now, of all that space, how many do you use to store random facts about space? Since you are in an aerospace school, we think that you should use a few more bytes to store more facts. Now, so, think you know a lot about space? Well, do you know this?
Now, how about some Parkland news? Don't forget to turn in your permission slip to your second period teacher for next weekend's field trip. Go ahead, give it to them. We'll wait a few seconds. What are you waiting for?
I think they got it, Eve.
Okay.
Next week, there will be no after-school activity buses. If you have an after-school activity, check with your sponsor to make sure you are meeting. We will do our best to let you know who is meeting and who is not.
Attention, Members of Girls Leadership, please remember to turn in your signed permission slips ASAP. You can turn them in to Ms. Dial, Ms. Freeman, Ms. McCann, Ms. McGraw, or Ms. Pham. Also, if you need another copy, you can just get one of them from one of these teachers.
Tennis Club for all experience levels will begin April 19th, occurring on most Tuesdays until May 24th. No experience or equipment is necessary. Registration forms must be signed and returned to the main office. See Mr. Parker with any questions.
Wish these students a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Panthers. This weekend marks the birthday of the 3D movies. It turns 63 today, this weekend. 3D movies are common now. Every theater in the country shows them. But that wasn't always true. The first 3D movie was a horror movie called House of Wax. Da-da-da. House of Wax was the first color 3D to feature from the major American studio and premiered just 2 days after the Columbia Pictures film Man in the Dark. The first major studio black and white 3D feature. It was also the first 3D film with stereophonic sound to be presented in the regular movie theater. For its time, the 3D was a big hit, and House of Wax was one of the most profitable movies of the year. The 3D that was used was not the same 3D that we see today. Check out how they created 3D in the early times.
You may have recently gone to a movie theater, put on 3D glasses, and watched a 3D movie. If so, you may have noticed that if you removed your glasses, the picture on the screen was weird and distorted, but with the glasses on, the distorted 2D image was a clear 3D. This video will explain how 3D glasses produce this effect.
In order to understand how 3D glasses work, we must first understand why we see the world in 3D. This is particularly impressive because each of our eyes by itself actually sees the world in 2D. This is Joe. Joe is looking at a field of flowers. Joe's left eye sees one image of the flowers, and Joe's right eye sees a slightly shifted version of the same flowers. Joe's brain then combines the two images into a single 3D picture. You can see this yourself if you stick out your thumb in front of your face and see how your thumb seems to jump if you look at it only with your right eye and then look at it only with your left eye. You might also notice that until you look at your thumb with both eyes, it's hard to tell how far away it is from the computer screen in front of you. Just like each of your eyes needs to see the correct image of your thumb in order for you to see it in 3D, 3D movie makers similarly need to show the correct image to each of your eyes and let your brains combine the two images into a 3D picture. To do this, the movie makers must ensure that your right eye doesn't see the image intended for your left eye, and vice versa. You can imagine, for example, a wall set up right between your eyes so each eye can only see the image on its side of the wall. This is clearly impractical. This is where 3D glasses come in. Each of the lenses in the glasses ensures that the image intended for that eye passes through and the other image does not. The first way movie makers showed 3D movies was using different colors for the left and right images. One lens would only let in red light, and the other lens would only let in blue light. The viewer's brain would combine the two images, the blue one seen by one eye and the red one seen by the other, into a 3D picture. This was not ideal because the image that resulted was not in full color.
Well, that's all for this week, Panthers. Don't forget to check with your club sponsors to see if they are meeting this week.
Now we'll leave you with these words from former President Ronald Reagan. He said, "We can't help everyone, but everyone can help someone." So go out and help someone this weekend. 1, 2, Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Yeah. I'm finna show you how